Good morning, everybody. It's Danny back from Deep South Homestead. Another cold morning, guys. Just seems like it's not going to go away. Yesterday was like 83 degrees up during the day. The heat index I looked was almost 90. I was like, wow, that's kind of hot. Wake up this morning, we're back in the 40s. I'm like, this is crazy. But we got to go ahead and plant our pole beans on this fence line here because it's a cool weather crop. Because here, if it gets too hot too fast, they'll just die, you know. So what we planting this year, we got these from Jung Seeds. These are our Kentucky Wonder yellow wax pole beans. Now, we've always planted the Cherokee yellow wax beans, but guys, they're a bush bean. And since I've messed my knee up, I can't get down on the ground anymore to do much planting like that. So I'm having to plant stuff up on a trellis. Now this is an heirloom. We will be able to save our seeds from this. As a matter of fact, my daddy planted these when I was a kid. That was his favorite bean. Now we will still be planting some Cherokee yellow wax beans in the pots and containers over in the high tunnel. That way they're high enough that I can walk along and Ms. Wanda can walk along and we can pick. As we get older, we have to take those things into consideration. Now, guys, getting this seed from here down there has become an issue for me. I can't do this here all day long anymore because it messes my knee, it messes with my back, and for some reason I get where I get dizzy a lot if I stay bent over too much. And something that's never happened to me before, but it's starting to happen now. I guess as older you get, stuff just happens. Well, guys, I'm never going to bend over to plant again. This is my rule. And because of that, I have come up with a way to make that happen. And I wanted to show it to you guys here on our channel. And it's not nothing new, but it's new to me. But it's my design that I come up with this morning out in my shop because I got to thinking I got to do some planting today before it goes to flooding down raining again. And guys, I can't bend over like I used to because of this knee. So let me show you what I've created. Here we have it, guys. I want you to look at this simple contraption here made from pieces of electrical PVC and two T's, and Maxwell, was this Maxwell? That's Wanda's coffee. Her Maxwell coffee thing. Now, I cut the top off of this container because it had a big lid on it up here. And I drilled a 1-inch hole into the bottom of it here, right against this side right here. And I had to take my pocket knife and just kind of, you know, shave it out just a little bit because I wanted this to fit really tight on this right here. Now, I put me a piece out here. This is for a handle. And I know a lot of people's asking, well, what is that piece here at the bottom? Now, this piece here can be any length you want it to be. It's just that with pole beans, I'm going to be planting them 6 inches apart. So what I'll do is when I drop one down through this pipe right here, and I pick it up and move it over, that'll tell me when I'm 6 inches apart as I go down through here. Now, I have seen these online. People put a funnel on top of them and all that kind of stuff. Well, I went with 3/4 inch piece of PVC pipe simply because 3/4 any seed I've got to fall through a 3/4 inch piece of pipe, and I don't have to worry about it. Plus, it's easier on my hand here because my hands are big, and 3/4 inches fits on my hand real good. So here's the thought on this. We're going to take this pack right here. I'm going to open it up. I don't believe in throwing paper down on my property, so I'm going to put it in my pocket. We're going to take these beans and we're going to pour them in here. Now this is how this works, because the thing that I was coming up with, I was looking at some online where people had a funnel up here and they were holding this thing with their one hand and they were dropping seeds with this hand. I'm like, where are you holding your seeds at? They were trying to hold them in the palm of their hand and just like drop one down the funnel and then drop another down the funnel. I'm like, no, I got to have something better than that. So I come up with this coffee container on it here. Now, if you have to, I'm going to come back and I'm going to burn me 2 little holes right here. And I'll put a piece of tie wire around that and tighten it, or a zip tie or something like that if it gets to be a problem. But right now it's kind of tight. And With this, I can reach right here. I can pick a seed up. I can drop it down the hole. That simple. Now, first thing we got to do is we got to take this batwing hoe here. And we got to, I don't want to spill my seeds out. And we got to go down inside this fence here, and we got to hoe us out a little bit of furrow. Now, what I done the other day was I took the tractor and I put my planter on it and my fertilizer distributor, and I came down through here and I made a row, and I went ahead and fertilized it deep under the ground and everything with that planter, and just made the row up. And we come back and drove our fence post down through here and put up our cattle panels and zip tied them to it. Now we're going to go back along the side, not in the actual fertilizer, but along the side, and we're going to make a little bit of a furrow on the other side, and we'll come back and plant with our new planter. Now, one thing you want to make sure is you don't push your PVC down in the dirt, because if you do, you'll get a dirt plug in the end of it. Now, we're going to start right here at the end. We're going to drop our seed down. We're going to come along. We'll put that one right at the end of it. We'll drop another one. Drop another one. This spaces them perfect. I like a garden that looks very uniform. No more bending over, Miss Wanda.
Says the one that has to get up from bending over, right?
Yeah, no more bending over to plant. Saves on seeds, everything. Spacing is perfect. And if you happen to get some dirt in the bottom of it, you can just do this right here. You can just bump it and the dirt falls out. Guys, this is the ideal hoe. The batwing hoe is the ideal hoe for doing this. It makes a perfect little furrow down through here. Well, guys, check this out. Look at that little furrow that batwing hoe done. But look, it's even so simple. Miss Wanda does it. Isn't that amazing?
Oh.
Or then when a TV commercial about something like that, it's so easy, even somebody could do it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, really, the directions are pretty straightforward.
Yeah, and the beauty of this is you can make it whatever height is comfortable for you, or if you got kids.
You can saw this off.
Yeah.
Put a shorter pipe.
Put a
If
shorter
you need
pipe.
12 inches, you can make a longer pipe here. It
Yep.
just pulls out. He didn't.
Nothing's glued.
Nothing's glued.
If you needed one 3 inches, you could put a 3-inch pipe at the bottom, or you could take a marker and put marks on that pipe.
You know what I just thought of?
What's that?
You never bend over again if Wanda does it.
This is true. Shh.
Did I catch on to
You
that?
caught onto that one pretty easy. I'm trying to fix this where I got, because you're always like, I don't ever get the spacing right here. You do it. And I'm like, I got to fix this problem. Look at this. This is genius. Now, it may not be the fastest way in the world, but you know what?
It beats bending over.
It beats the heck out of bending over, and you don't waste seeds.
No.
With the rationing of seeds, it's probably coming, and probably not going to be able to afford them.
You could use this anywhere in the garden.
You could plant anything with this.
Corn.
Corn, we may end up using it to plant corn with, who knows?
You may have to.
Look at this. I'm amazed, guys. I don't know why I hadn't done this before.
no need before you.
You know, necessity is the mother of all inventions. And the thing about it is when you're healthy and you're strong, you don't think about anything like this. You just bend over and don't even think about it. But when something happens where you can't, then things take a turn. Well, guys, my chore begins now of coming back behind her and covering these seeds up. So Ms. Wanda will finish the row out for me, and I'll be behind her covering up. Ta-da! Look at that. Didn't take no time. Literally, we're not tired. We're not, hadn't been bending over. And we actually got a bunch of seeds left. Actually, we got a lot of seeds left. Let's see here. Another good thing about this is, oh yeah, that's way more in a pack. Just says 65 days. Plant to a depth of 1 to 2 inches. It says 2 to 4 inches apart, but we have to do ours 6 to 8 inches apart because of our heat and humidity here. So I'm gonna have to put some of these actually back into another pack. So really, we didn't use, by spacing them out perfectly. So one pack technically would have planted this whole 80-foot row here. That's amazing. We were worried about not being able to have seeds, that we was going to have to order some more if we couldn't save any seed this year, but no, we're going to be fine because we still got 2 or 3 more packs of them. So if one pack will plant an 80-foot row, then we got enough for 1, 2, 3 more years. Wow. Not bad, guys. Handy little tool. Homemade. Cost me, didn't cost me nothing really. I mean, because I had it in spare parts in the barn. But if you had to go buy it, you'd probably buy a 10-foot stick of 3/4 inch PVC, 2 elbows, and an old coffee container like this. And you know, it depends on, this is a crazy thing. Let me show you something. Let's say you're left-handed. You can turn this thing around to the left. You can reach here like this, you know. Some people say, well, I'm right-handed. You could turn it here, do it like that. Me, I just like to have it in front of me. I mean, you can put it wherever you want to.
And easily disassembled.
Oh, easily disassembled, yeah. I mean, well, to be honest with you, I don't know if I'd want to disassemble it, but if you had to, you could. I mean, these just pull apart. They're not glued. But if you wanted to glue them, you could glue them. I think I'm just going to leave it like it is and just hang it up in the barn. I'm just going to get me a hook and hang it up there, and it'll just, it'll stay there.
So what about putting on it what it is for future? Because something happens to you in the future, somebody comes in the barn and goes, what the heck is this?
I guess I could put a piece of tape across the end of it here, and I could put on it handheld planter. You know?
Never bend over again.
Never bend over again.
This is the never bend over again planter.
It is, and I'm stoked now. Now all I want to do, whoo, sun's coming out.
He wants to plant.
I want to plant now.
Well, you got all this corn. You want to just come plow this and we go plant corn? That gives you a lot of planting.
No, it rains so much. I don't know if the ground's dry enough for me to do it, but it makes me want to do it that way, though.
Danny's never bend over again planter.
Yeah, isn't that amazing? You know, and I might take that out and cut another inch or so off of it because it's just a little bit tall, but that's the beauty of it. You can modify it to fit your needs. And this can be taller if you want it to. Now, I didn't put a funnel up here because I didn't want to have to get my hand up under a funnel or anything like that. I can pretty much ring a 3/4 inch hole with a seed.
It was easy.
It was really easy. It wasn't
No
hard at all.
problem.
Yeah, a lot of them I seen online was using 1/2 inch pipe, and they were having trouble getting the seeds down in them. And I just said, you know what, 3/4 inch fits my hands good here. It fits, it's a good hand, like a handlebar grip on a bicycle or anything else like that. And the seed dropped through that real easy. No problem with any seeds. So it's wow, it's light, weighs absolutely nothing. I mean, you know, as a matter of fact, it's way lighter than that hoe. Yeah. So it won't wear you out. You know, if you have problems holding things up, you got arthritis or anything like that, it'd be great for that. So guys, I got a lot of work to do today. I got a lot of planting to do. So a lot of work in the high tunnel, a lot of work in the fields. Got to plant some more trees. Got to do some fertilizing and stuff like that. So thank you once again for staying with us here at Deep South Homestead. And guys, make yourself one of these. It's just really simple. Never bend over again to plant. Thank you guys from Deep South Homestead.